PDG Daddy Akimbeni mtoto wa Ndame PDG nana matata nini matata na leli nana nana nini matata na leli mayo mama ye mayo manane Joulé, Zebedee, Zolé.
Tumesema ni rumba leo.
Zamama kata vindi makata na nani zamama kata nini makata na nani Maya manani.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Gelé.
E_Square TV is where to find us at. Karibuni sana. Thank you so much, Black Boy Band. Thank you so much.
I'm telling you, do you remember those rumba when music was music, Josephine?
I loved that music.
Josephine,
I still do actually love that music.
Wewe kwa nusikiza ngoma gani kwanza?
Gospel music.
Contemporary
gospel music.
Oh, contemporary.
Napenda watu kama Maverick City, Elevation, Bethel.
I listen to rumba.
I listen to rumba once in a while, thanks to my husband. He loves rumba. Shout out to you.
Yeah, thanks to my wife, we listen to R&B. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on YouTube at E_Square TV. My name is MC Awikide.
And my name is Josephine. Karibuni sana.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
You are looking so amazing, gorgeous. Mwah.
Thank you. Tafanya nianze ni kublush hapa on national TV. But thank you so much. Thank you.
That's how we do it. Josephine.
You're also looking dapper. Looking dapper.
Yeah, dope. You need to say dope.
Mnasemanga luku.
Usiogope luku.
Ni luku. Okay, sawa. Usiogope
luku. Piga luku.
Umepiga luku.
Lazima upige luku. Sindio? Not forgetting, ladies and gentlemen, these amazing people, yani our resident band, Black Boy Band. Hebu piga kitu.
Amazing job.
Umekuaje mrembo?
I have been amazing. Yani, let's just say, kuniona hapa leo, it's yani, it has taken the hand of God. Wiki imekuwa refu.
Kwako.
To me, yes. People who have school-going children wanaweza relate to the weeks we've been having since schools opened. Homa after homa after homa. Yani, kids wanna rotate to homa among themselves. So they get homa from school, bring it home. Wanna rotate kwa store again. So I have been so down this week.
I thought ulikuwa unaenda kusema strike. Unajua kuna mashule zingine zime strike pale.
Sisi hatujafika huko. Bado tuko huku kindergarten. It will be worrying kama kindergarten wameanza kuchoma shule, but my week has actually been very long. I was very down with a horrible flu, but I'm glad I'm here.
I hope see lengine.
Pana I am COVID negative.
Okay.
Yes. Otherwise I would be in the house isolating. Yes. How has your week been?
Wiki yangu imekuwa fiti sana. Mashughuli, you know me, just
wewe hutoliange chini.
Sijaika chini, you know, unajua nalala 1 hour nimeamka.
But inabidi hii economy.
Economy. So nimekuwa busy kidogo. But wiki yangu manze nilikuwa experience kitu fulani tao hii wiki actually. Of which I want to ask you as a lady. Nilikuwa tao natembea, so niko nyuma ya mdem fulani hapo hivyo. Then all of a sudden naona kitu kidamu hivi kwa nguo yake. So mimi huyo nimekimbia nikamwambia, excuse me madam. Unajua mdem mrembo huwezi. Tulisema tuogope madem mrembo. Excuse me madam. Ni kama uko na shida kidogo. It's like you are bleeding. Huyo dem alikuwa ameleta shida sana tao yani. Na mimi sipendi aibu.
So ukatembea. Ulimwambia alafu katembea?
Nilikuwa tu nimemwambia, so after hapo akaanza kupiga kelele, kuongea mbaya, then all of a sudden nikasema hapana, this is not me, it's not for me, acha niende.
Kamwambia tu mimi nilikuwa tu nakushow.
Nilikuwa nakushow. Nilikuwa nakushow.
Yeah, it happens. And funny enough that you've mentioned that this is what we have been talking about this whole month.
True.
About menstruation, about menstrual health. Na chenye unasema, it's actually something we talked about like the first episode of this month. Kuna kuangana ile uoga.
For ladies.
Yeah, Africans, we are not used to, kwanza juu niwe chali, ni chali alinotice, akakuja akamwambia, so anashanga, how do I even So let me tell you, ndani she was really grateful that you told her. Don't take it to heart. Ndani I am so sure she was really grateful that you told her. But we don't know how to how to take things like in such a situation. Wanashtuka ile the only natural response ni kukuongelesha vibaya ama atatembea tu akuache. Hata kuambia asanti zile she has really panicked. Alafu unajua kuna watu wanakuangana ile trauma from wakiwa wadogo. The first time it happened wakachekelewa, so imagine uko tao unaambiwa something is happening, so unashanga hizi macho zote ziliniona.
Unaona machalo anatembea hivi funga nini. Unaona kama machalo wengine wanamwambia iko sawa.
Yeah, so I think that it's just that trauma, but it's good that you told her. But yeah, guys, this is what we have been talking about this whole month, menstrual health, and these are some of the issues that we have been trying to demystify and reduce your stigma, because I think even the stigma is what caused her to talk to you the way she did. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, these are the conversations that we are having every other Saturday this whole month. And if you have missed any of the conversations that we've had previously, just go back to our YouTube channel. You'll find them all listed down. All the topics, all the information about menstrual health is there from the first Saturday of this month. That's what we've been talking about.
Sindio? Don't forget to subscribe. Alafu unafinya comment yako hapo ya nguvu, sindio?
Tunapenda kusikia feedback kutoka kwenyu.
Sorry for the lady, tunaendelea after hapo. What do we have for did you know?
So today
mbona mlia kuingiza hii kitu hapa ya did you know kwanza?
Because we tulisema E squared, you have to leave this platform kama umelearn kitu, na kama tumewa entertain. Yeah. So on our did you know segment today, did you know there are people who fear chicken? Kuku. Kuku ikiwa hai venye zinakimbia huko. I know someone who does. Our producer. Anaogopa kuku. Akiona kuku ikikaribia hivi my way, she can jump
kukula kuku na anaogopa kuku.
So there's a phobia for that.
Oh really? Hiyo sasa inaitwa?
So there's a phobia.
It's chicken phobia. Oh my goodness.
Electorophobia. Electorophobia. Yes. Electorophobia. I think I got it right. Yes, there's a fear of chicken.
So sahi ukiona mzee wote anaitwa Aleki, muogope.
Anaogopa kuku. Anyway, guys, as we continue educating you on some of these totally random facts that we let out here today, we just want you to stay tuned here. We're having an amazing show as usual. We have an amazing lady who is doing big things pale mtaani. And she has actually been helping girls for such a long time. And produce reusable pads. And she's going to come here and share with us her story and how it has affected or how it has impacted the girls that she has helped over the years. Because menstruation it covers a lot of aspects. Kuna socio-economic impact yenye tunapata from issues around menstruation. There are ladies who are transacting sex for pads.
For pads?
Yeah.
That's very bad and very
they
painful.
don't have an option, yeah? So these are the things that we want to cover today, how it affects our socio-economic aspect as women, as girls in the society, not just here in Kenya, it's all over the world. Last week we had a lady from Karachi in Pakistan, and the issues that she was sharing were almost across, were almost the same as what we are facing here in Kenya. So that is, and we have an amazing artist as well.
Yes, we have an amazing artist who will be coming here actually to perform. His name is ALBANY. Ametoka huko mtaani yani. And this guy akona amazing story. And yani naweza penda tusikie huyu Charlie yani leo aki.
Unajua hiyo jina yake niliona imeandikwa pale, I was like, that is a state in the US or something.
ALBANY. Oh, it's ALBANY. Hapa mtaani tunasema ALBANY. ALBANY.
Yes, our guys. I hope you're gonna be here with us to stay through the whole show. We just want to hear from you, where you're watching the show from, what you guys think about this topic that we're having today. What do you think about girls transacting sex to get sanitary products? We want to hear from you. We want to hear your feedback. Anything that you have to say. I mean, we're going to be here reading your comments live on our YouTube channel. So, comment, ask your questions. We're going to have experts in studio to answer all the questions that we have about how menstruation is affecting our social aspects and the economic aspect of it. So, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, because we love eating chickens. Did you know that right about now I'm about to introduce one of the best #1 musician we have in the 254. Ametoka huko mtaani. He has an amazing story. He has amazing voice that can bring all the chickens closer. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for ALBANY. By the way, unajua nilisema sitakuwa nalipa watu.
Wamelala kazi.
Wamelala kazi.
Karibu sana ALBANY.
Karibu yani. Big up. Karibu sana yani. Unajua tufai kusalimiana lakini.
Thanks.
Kukukaribia, kuna jambo nataka kuambia, my dear. Nishuhudia, mwanzia ninavyoumia, uba lanikaribia, fatia. Malagali serious, keep me the test, utamu wa bigiji, like an abyssal cross, I like your chest, that makes me diggy. Malagali serious, like an abyssal cross, I like your chest, that makes me utamu wa bigiji. You're gonna be strong me breast, I like your dress, that makes me jiggy. Man, I gotta swing your waist, with the taste utamu wa bigiji. You're gonna be strong me breast, I like your dress, that makes me jiggy. Oh, Fatia, 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 I love you, mama. Fatia, 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 ukitazama. Oh, Fatia.
Ladies and gentlemen, sauti inatoa nyoka pangoni.
Shukran, shukran.
Nyoka inatoka hivi nasikia. Alafu unaiua. Buda, mambo?
Poa sana.
Karibu sana manze kwenye show yani.
Thanks.
Hey Buda, kwanza kabla tuanze manze, hii ni ngoma gani ulikuwa unapiga hii?
Hii ni ngoma yangu inaitwa Fatia. Hiyo ndo
Fatia.
Hiyo ndo my second last project nimefanya. My last project inaitwa Balance.
Kabla tuingie kwa muziki manze, Albany ni nani? Ametoka wapi?
Albany ni boy amepewa hiyo jina Albany juu ya muziki. Lakini akizaliwa na wazazi wake ni boy aliitwa Ashim Fadhili Kipgwambo. So Kipgwambo ni jina yenye mimi nilisikia tu mimi peke yangu ndo naitwa kwa wakale wote.
Wewe ni mkale wewe?
Mimi ni mkale. So my dad ndo mkale alafu madhangu ni Mmeru. Mi nimezaliwa Majengo, nimelelewa Majengo. For the half of my primary life nimesurvive ya Majengo. So nikifika around class 5 hapo, that was back in 2012. Nika relocate kwa my aunt.
Kwa auntie yako.
Vitu fulani zili happen hapo mtaani kidogo, so I had to move kiasi, nikaenda kusomea hapa Jeritu.
Ngoja kwanza, umesema wewe ni mkale?
Mimi ni mkale.
Kwa hivyo ulitoka Kalenjin ndo ukakuja huku?
Mimi ni mkale Bontao.
Mkale wa kwanza nimesikia amezaliwa Tao ni wewe.
Mimi by the way hata kwa mkale ni mkale ile nisikose tribe, lakini hata si eti nishaifika hata Moshadha kwetu.
Ujaifika Moshadha?
Sijafika hata Moshadha kwetu, siwezi kwambia hata vile boma yetu inakaa, sorry to say so.
Kwa nini bro?
Vitu so happen. Unajua kwa hii life kuna vitu zingine tunajipataga hatuwezi uliza kwa nini, juu unajua ni God, si ndio? Mimi nimezaliwa Majengo, nimelelewa Majengo. Sijaiona grandpa wangu huyo mkale. Alipass 2011. Mimi nimezaliwa 2001 na grandpa wangu amepass kata, bado sijamuona, so siwezi sema much about me kwa mkale, so I'm proudly just a Kenyan.
Tubonge kuhusu Majengo.
Majengo namba 7 ni mtaa smart sana. Big ups by the way mtaa yangu. Ni mtaa iko na talent mob. Ni mtaa pia imenisaidia mimi mimi kama artist pia. Nime come through wase kadhaa. Majengo imenilea, imenishow kulive na wase, though si place yenye msichana anaweza furahi kuishi hapo, ama anaweza taka kuraise watoi wake hapo, but juu ni life na tuna have to accept the reality, you know, lazima to live the reality, tuachane na mambo ya fantasy kwanza, juu hiyo ndo kitu tumeletwa hapa kwa wali kufanya, si ndio?
Ukisema uwezi taka kugrow up ama kulea watoto wako hapo, nini ufanyika huko Majei?
As in Majei ni mtaa msee akisikia Majengo kwanza, watu wengi wakisikia Majengo kwanza anaogopa, anajua hiyo ni mtaa ya goons. anajua hiyo ni mtaa nikienda naweza toka hata sina kiatu moja. In which part of it ni ukweli, but part of it ya bado ni area smart sana. Ni place affordable. Cause unapata kije kumekuwa na lot of crime cases za vijana wadogo, drug abuse, prostitution. Hizo ni vitu zina happen kwa hiyo mtaa, na ni vitu hawezi avoid. Ni vitu mtu yeye anazaliwa akiziona, ana grow up akiona vitu zina take place pale mtaani. Yani ni vitu hawezi change, ni vitu kama mimi mwenyewe nilikuja nikapata. Azin unapata kama hizo illicit Changli unajua, by the way mimi sidhani kama kuna area inaweza niambia kitu mimi Changli naijua vizuri sana juu tuseme pale mtando ka depot. So ni vitu hata mimi mwenyewe nikiangalia hivi zinanifanya na desire kuwork harder. Nataka ni work harder nitoke pale. Unaona pia ni challenge, but pia ni obstacle ya life in which nafaa kuwa nairuka ndio nione the other. Yeah.
Ni nini umelearn kwa hiyo area?
Hiyo area imeniteach society. Hawezi choose destiny yako, unaona?
Kweli.
Hawezi choose destiny yako, na mali huko unafaa ushukuru Mungu mali huko, cause unajua mimi kama ningezaliwa area Kaburu singejua vitu ka Changli. Vitu nimeona pale mtaani, hizo stories za prostitution, nini, mad houses, vitu zingine, na pia so vile kusocialize na wasee, pia kujijua. Unaona pia pale mtaani kijeni area kama haujijui kulost ni rahisi sana. Unaona? Azin unapata crime nini, hizo ni vitu za kawaida pale mtaani, lakini sasa kama wewe ni mtu unajijua, unajua kitu unataka na life yako, obviously ni vitu hautajipata huko ndani. Yeah.
Sai bro, ukapatiwa that opportunity ya kuchange majei.
Yeah.
Ni nini unaweza change kwa hiyo hood?
Kitu naweza change kwa hiyo hood, kwanza kitu ya kwanza naweza make sure kila mtu mwenye ajapata platform ya kusikika na ako talented, naweza taka kwanza ni mtu hiyo hood. Because actually kusema kubadilisha hiyo mtaa is something similar to impossible. Because ni vitu
unadhani haiwezekani kabisa?
Si ati inawezekana. Lakini sasa mimi nakwambia pale watu wenye wamekaa pale mentality iko hapo, it's not worth development. So the best thing ni work hard utoke hapo. Yeah.
Wow. Ukaniambia umehama pale majei.
Nilihama pale majei after plot yetu. So si tulikuwa gana plot pale Majengo, plot ya matope. Ilibaiwa na msee fulani. So huo msee kubai hiyo ploti, ikakuwa hiyo ploti ibomolewe. Anataka kuweka kitu ingine hapo. So my parents, by the time hiyo ploti inakuja kubomolewa, mimi nilikuwa nisha relocate, nimeenda Jerry kwa auntie yangu. My parents wakaenda ku stay Shauri. Ni hapo tu, ni Majengo, Shauri Moyo, Kaloleni, you know. So Majengo tukasonga tu kiasi. So the only difference yenye ilikuwa ni tulitoka kwa nyumba ya matope kwenda kwa nyumba ya mawe. In which pia mimi kwangu hiyo ilikuwa ni progress. So kutoka kwa hiyo nyumba ya mawe wakakaka Shauri. Mimi nilishatoka kwa paro wangu nikaenda kustina my aunt
Jerry.
So coming 2015 mimi sikuwa najua plans za maparo wangu. Maparo wangu walikuwa wamebai keja Canaan Estate, if you know the place. So Canaan Estate walikuwa wamebai hiyo kadi 2015, waka move to that place.
Canaan Estate.
Yeah, karibu na Kibira hapo Yara. So unaona hiyo Mbagathi iko tu hapo somewhere there. So that's where my parents walikaka. So mimi kujoin high school back in 2016. So I decided to go back to my parents' place. Huko sasa Lang'ata nikamwacha. Sasa nimechoka kukaa na auntie. Juu unajua obviously kukaa na auntie usikiagi ile freedom. Na auntie kila saa hujaleta hii, leta hii, kushinda anakuchapa chapa sometimes for no good reason, unaona. So somehow mimi nilikuwa nasikia niko mistreated, so nika decide nimechoka, by the way acha nirudi home. Nikarudi kwetu. So kurudi kwetu, that was back in 2017. Nikarudi home, nikasoma hiyo high school yangu 2017 18 form 3 2019. So come in 2019 home kukakuwa na issues, by the way. Nikitoka shule April holiday nikapata my dad na my mom wameseparate. So nimetoka shule nafika home, nashanga mama kwa wapi. Unajua unashanga the family is not complete. Nilikuwa na my small sister. Na ukitry quacks for explanation, by then sawa excuse inakuwa hauwezi pea, unaambia uko form 4 hatutaki ufail, wewe ngoja sasa hii you just have to deal with the way the situation is, but mambo itakuwa tupo, mambo itakuwa poa. But sasa my mom vile alitoka huko Lang'ata, mimi nimelelewa Majengo, as I had told you earlier. Alirudi Majengo. Juu hiyo ndo area at least anajulikana. Akiwa na shida anaweza kimbilia mahali asaidike haraka, unaona. Juu pale at least alikuwa na networking poa. So kurudi Majengo, akarudi kwa ile madhouse tu yenye ange afford. So that's where mimi nikaona siwezi neglect my mom, because just a few months after that nikarudi tena shule. Nikurudi August holiday nikapata my dad ameshamari tena.
Amemari wife mwingine.
Ameshamari wife mwingine. Lakini sasa ni life, unaona. Plus hizi ni vitu unaona hata zilikuwa zishani niweka ready, juu unaona kama mimi my mom yali raise wana single mother. So hiyo ni kitu pia ilikuwa inani motivate, unaona. Alafu pia shule unajua pia hizo the gava pia imefanya kitu poa introduce some of the subjects yenye zinakuja shule za mentorship. So unapata vitu kaa hizo hazikusumbui sana kwa kichwa.
Imekuaje manze wewe ku grow na single parent?
Mimi sija grow na single parent, by the way. Lakini sasa unaona mimi parents wangu wamekuwa tu poa until
wakaachana
2 years back. Unaona 2 years back sasa mimi sasa I'm a fully grown boy.
Okay.
Najua what's wrong, what's right. Sasa unaona. So mimi ndasema imekuwa quite ni challenging sasa kwa my small siblings. Juu niko na
wewe ndio mkubwa, wewe ndio first born.
Mimi kwa my mom I'm the first born in a family of 3. But my dad akona watu wengine wakubwa wangu, two other. Okay. So niko na my small sis who anasomea hapa tu Resco Sicily. Resco primary ako class 5. Na niko na my youngest brother ako PP2.
Nice.
Ako form 1 day. Exactly.
It's been a journey, bro.
It's been a journey. It's been quite a journey. Kiasi though unaweza sema bado. Juu unaona sasa kama mimi sasa ndo nimetoka tu nje, unaona. So ndo mwaka yangu ya pili naona nje, unaona. So bado mimi ni young sana kwa hii society. Because nimekuwa pale shule, sijui what it takes to survive huku nje nini. So but so far so good. Siwezi complain. Naweza shukuru Mungu juu music pia naona musically naendelea ku grow, unaona. The more I'm doing my projects na get experience.
Nice.
Then pia apart from that, before tungoje muziki ijipe side hustle kiasi
So kabla tufikie hata kwa side hustle, umeguzia muziki ulianza lini, bro?
Mimi muziki nimekuwa na passion ya muziki kwanza tu nikiwa mtoi. Nakumbuka nikiwa around 5 to 6 years. Nilikuwa na obsession ya kukua tu na gitaa.
Unajua kuicheza ama Unajua kucha?
Sasa ndo si usikie story. Mimi nilikuwa tuna obsession by the acha before niguse sana. Mimi nimetoka kwa familia ya wanamuziki. Yaani familia yangu inapenda muziki sana. Babu yangu ni the great Fadhili Williams. Niko very proud.
Leo huyo ni legend for if you didn't know. Fadhili Williams alimba ngoma gani?
Fadhili Williams amepiga ngoma kama Malaika, hiyo ndo famous sana. Huyo ni babu yangu by the way.
Buda yani. Na gani ingine tena?
Amepiga pia ile taxi driver nikomboleshe gari niende Nakuru nikamwoneana. Hiyo pia huyo ni babu yangu.
Kuna sauti sana Buda.
Sasa ni babu yangu design nyingine, sasa sita explain sai.
Kwa nini tena?
Sijui nimewambia mimi ni Mkale na watu wanajua Fadhili Williams ni Mtaita. Lakini si MC unanielewa.
Sasa tulikuwa tunaongelelea muziki hapo.
Muziki sasa ndo nakwambia. Muziki mimi nilipenda tu muziki. Budangu ni wale mabuda masherehe. Buda masherehe yani ni wale mabuda walikuwa akikuja hivi asubuhi tu akiamka kama aendi home, aendi kazi weekend. Asubuhi kwanza amewaamsha na ngoma hapo. Akikuja jioni tu venye nakuaga. Akikuja jioni pia the same full blast hadi mother anateta hadi hujalipa. Sasa mimi unaona hapo ndo interest yangu ya kwanza kupenda muziki kaanza kuingia, lakini sikujua naweza kuwa vocalist. Hii idea ya vocalist nilikuja kuijua nikiwa hapo kitu around class 8. Ndo nilijua
class 8 hapo.
Kumbe naweza imba. Hizo enzi sasa kina Platinum sakito. Alinifanya silali, jua kali, nimtafute tukale. Sasa unapata tu ngoma kama uto. Sasa ndo nilikuwa saa nyingine nikiingia kwa bafu nikioga na Harmonize. Nasikiala.
In fact ndo nafaa kuitwa Harmonize.
Na Harmonize hapo kiasi. Nikaona naweza jaribu kitu nikiingia form 1, lakini by then nilikuwa napenda ball. Sasa sikuwa na concentrate na muziki sana. Vile niliingia high school sasa ndo nikadivert akili yangu yote kwa music.
Wow. Sasa muziki kwa aje bro?
Sasa muziki iko bie. Sema tu though bado haijaanza kuniingizia ganji. Cause actually nimerecord like 5 songs with no video. But I'm working on it. And hopefully natuma itakuwa ni kitu smart.
Challenges zenye unapitia hapo kidumziki?
Challenges nilikuwa napitia kwanza tuseme when it comes to recording. You know, first of all, msanii tu anaonekana tu msanii. Unajua mi by the way nilikuwa nashangaga kwani hao watu wanaimbaga aje? Mbona mimi nikiimba najaribu kurekodi na simu haitokei unaona? Sikuwa najua hii process yote. Kuna studio, lazima ukuwe na producer, lazima ukuwe na beat, ukuwe na yani
vitu mingi
I didn't know music ilikuwa ni wide hivyo. So after kujua ni lazima kwanza nikuwe na
hizo vitu zote.
Nikuwe na do ya kwenda studio. Na si studio tu smart. That's where sasa kuna msee fulani anaitwa Ajaga Boy. Ajaga Boy I think ni familia here.
Ashaikuja hapa.
So Ajaga Boy ndo tuseme alinisikiza. Kuna siku nyingine nilikuwa back in 2018 when I was recording my first song. Nilikuwa nimeenda kwa studio fulani. Saa nikiwa kwa hiyo studio ilikuwa ya Adori. You know Mr. Adori?
Yes.
So nilikuwa nimeenda kwa Adori. Nilikuwa nimeenda kurecord hapo my first audio song. Nikapatana na kina Ajaga. Actually Ajaga alikuwa anafanya kitu hapo.
Project yake hapo.
So after amemaliza akakaa ikafika nisa yangu ya kuingia kwa mic. Nilikuwa nimeandika vitu kidogo, nikapatiwa beat and actually nikajiwakilisha tu. So Ajaga by then hakuwa na studio. So ikakuwa ni hustle. Kila sasa ingine naenda hapo sina do. Nashanga umeandika mangoma, hauna beat mpaka utengenezewe. Sasa hizo ndo challenges zingine nilikuwa napitia, but coming last year sasa ndo Ajaga akanishow ni aje buda. Nimeanzisha kalebol kangu tu kiasi hapa mtaani, niko na at least ka mic, niko na ka comp, niko na ka speaker, si unaweza come tunaweza fanya kitu. Niliona wewe ni msembaya. So at least hapo sasa ndo challenge yangu kidogo ikatulia kiasi tu. Juu sasa nikabaki sasa na challenge ya beat making. Juu sasa unaona niko na studio but sina producer kunigongea beat. Sasa beat sasa bado na struggle kudownload nini. Alafu unapata sasa beats za kudownload, many of them are used beats. So there's nothing unique about it. So labda sasa wewe mwenyewe tu uko na creativity yenye mse akisikia hivi anasema damn you are good. Pia challenge nyingine yenye niko nayo ni story ya video shooting. You know, for someone angalie hivi video yako aseme mse unafanya kazi, you have to ujitume. Unajua pia kujituma, it's all about investing. Na pia hiyo kuinvest vile nimekushua mimi na come kutoka kwa Apua family. Sasa unaona ndaangalia video ama ndashughulika kwanza na vile ndasaidia mama. Sasa unaona vitu kama hizo ndo challenges yenye napitia mimi kama msanii.
Ndio. Itakuwa poa buda.
Haina noma bro.
Na wewe ni mnoma sana by the way.
Thanks.
Unaweza tuma comment yako hapo hivyo manze kwenye YouTube, yani Uchali ni mnoma na sauti fiti. Kama unaweza msupport kivideo pale manze, unatuambia hapo kwenye mtandao, si ndio?
Tashukuru manze.
Ulikuwa unabonga kuhusu hustle. So apart from muziki unapiga hustle?
Apart from muziki yenyewe napiga hustle. Juu mtu wangu unajua muziki ni struggle, ni struggle. Na ndo umake it kimuziki kwanza hii Kenya yetu.
Lazima ukume chapa job.
Because actually our Kenyans hawapendi kupromote local artists. Hiyo ni fact na tutaishi nayo kama watu hawako ready kuchange.
Tutaichange.
Inshallah. So unapata before yani ndio utakuwa famous, but what's the reason behind your fame? It's all about the cash.
True.
Mimi kama mimi sasa inapiga muziki na ipiga kama career yangu. Sasa unajua muziki ni kitu inaweza kukununulia gari. Muziki ni kitu inaweza kukulipia rent ama inaweza kukubaia hao. You know? Pia ni career. So hustle yenye napiga mimi sasa hii mimi naamkaga asubuhi 5:20. Lakini si kila siku. Maybe twice a week. Lakini when it comes to vitu kadhaa naamka asubuhi naingia Kikomba
pale Giko unajua iko karibu na
Kikomba. Sasa Kikomba iko home. Kikomba iko home, mimi naingia wadhi naangalia vitu smart kani njumu deadly yenye inakam ndo iko ina trend
wenye mepiga ma Alexander hapa.
Alexander McQueen manze
McQueens.
Sasa McQueens, ma Air Force, Pepper. Hizo sasa ndo vitu wenye nafanyaga.
Unaingia huko unachambua.
Nachambua naingia sasa kuna msi specific mwenye namuuziaga.
Okay.
Alafu yeye anaenda anaiuza at a higher price.
Nice.
So wewe mse mwenye namuuzia ndo ni kama ameni-employ. Because tuko a group of 3 boys. So anatupea dosi, tunaenda tunamchagulia viatu. Then yeye anatuongezea do ya juu plus tunamuoshea.
Nice.
So that's nice. That's an extra money. Hiyo ni extra money.
Ya kuosha sasa ni
hiyo ya kuosha sasa unapata kama for Air Force each pair tunalipishaga 30 bob.
Nice.
Nikiosha Air Force moja hiyo ni 30 shillings. na maybe a day anaweza come na 50 pairs, labda tuseme akam na 12 Air Force, alafu hizo za kawaida tunaoshaga only 20 shillings.
Nice.
At the end of the day unaona hata kama si kitu enye unaweza sema uko proud nayo, but at least ni sustainable, you see. Yeah. So at the end of the day naweza pata maybe 500 bob, maybe 700 bob, 800 bob. Yeah. In which ni sustainable kwangu.
Yeah. Kabla tumalize bro, you have an amazing story.
Yeah.
Unaweza ambia nini wase wa mtaani, ma uprising superstars, ma sister yako?
Mi kwanza madhangu ndo hero wangu kwanza. Juu after hiyo separation yeye ndo amekuwa akiniangalia, amekuwa akini support kwa kila kitu nafanya. For the bad things nimekuwa akifanya, amekuwa akini rectify. Alafu pia kwa hii jani yangu ya muziki amekuwa akini support in always. Hakuna siku madhangu ashainiambia hii hakuna siku hata moja. Kila kitu yenye mimi nafanya kwake, as long as it's the right thing, my mom is she's always with me. So yeye ndo ndamsalute wa kwanza na nampenda sana.
Anaitwaje? Mama anaitwaje?
Madhangu anaitwa Mwajuma Rajab.
Mwajuma.
Mwajuma Rajab.
Mwajuma.
I love you mom.
Yeah.
Pia kuna my siblings, kuna Adija na kuna Abdul Halim.
Hadija
na Abdul Halim. Hao wote name yetu ni Ashim.
Nice.
So alafu pia kuna RMG pale mtaani manzi RMG. I really big up you my brothers. By the way ni crew mbaya.
RMG inamaanisha
RMG Reality Music Group.
Nice.
Ni wasanii wakubwa sana, ni wasanii wamenimenta, wamenisaidia kufika hapa mali niko sahi. Hao ndo wamenisaidia when it comes to my rehearsals, when it comes to kuni provide some keys, yani everything to do with music. Wamekuwa of help. Pia CYA, those are my dancers.
CYA.
Yeah, CYA dance group here. I really appreciate your efforts, brothers. Na the whole crew that it's behind me, DJ Slick, my DJ. Yeah. I love you guys.
Sindio?
Yeah.
Watu wa CYA ni madansa?
Yeah.
CYA
madancers.
Tuko na staff yetu fulani si ufanya.
Yeah.
Najiita Basa Move. Segment fulani hatari sana. Chali wangu wa nguvu anajiita Hype Man Pinches. Tunaweza taka kuonao CIA pale wakidance.
CYA
kwa fiti.
CYA ni wasi wanakuwa always ready. Just mention the date and the venue.
Ndio hiyo sasa tunakuja hapo manze. Tuchapiane tuone rada ni gani.
Okay.
Ndio?
Okay.
Wase wa mtaa manze unaweza
wase wa mtaa by the way poleni jo sijawasahau lakini na appreciate pia support yenu sana. Mmekuwa mkini support. The whole crew hapo kina Aguga. Yeah, thanks for your support manze.
Yeah. Buda wewe ni amazing sana ni. Anakuombea uendelee kusukuma muziki.
Inshallah, amen.
Na vitu zitakuwa poa.
Kabisa.
Si ndio? Itakuwa fiti sana. Ladies and gentlemen, remember we are live on YouTube at E_squared TV. This month we have been talking about menstruation health. Sijui kama unatambua kitu kama hiyo Buda.
Namesea.
Hiyo kitu ni nini Buda?
Menstruation, hiyo ni ile period yenye wadem after every 28 days in a month wanakuwa wana ovulate. Ama?
Correct. Very correct. Ushaikuwa kwa situation kama hiyo, maybe sister yako, ushaikuwa na experience kama hiyo?
Actually mi selection nimelelewa Jerry na auntie yangu. So auntie yangu alikuwa na 3 daughters. The youngest ameniacha na 10 years. That's the youngest. So meaning hao wengine wameniacha na 15, wengine na 18 years. So na 3 daughters mi nimelelewa pale na wadem being the only boy. So ni kitu nimelelewa nikiona. Sometimes ilikuwa inawahapenia, I'm the only kid around. So mimi ndo atanituma kwa chemist niwakimbilie. So ataniandikia tu kanot mahali.
Anakuchorea hapo.
Ananiandikia kanot mahali, ananiambia na usifungue. Kimbia ndo nilete hii kitu nafuka. So ilifika tu at a point nikajua tu. Sasa unaona though nilikuwa nashanga sasa hizi vitu ni za nini, zinavaliwa wapi. Sikuwa na understand. But saa the more naenda pia gava wamefanya kitu poa, wameintroduce hizi vitu hadi kwa mashule. So saa hii si ati ni kitu yenye si kitu yenye ati ni ya kustajabisha ama ni ya kushtua. So ni kitu nimekama across.
Do you think it's very important for us men to know more about it?
Yeah, it's important. Because unajua once unajua about it, unakuwa na ile care. Yes, at least unajali who the girl child. Because actually wana undergo vitu mob sana. Because most of them wanaonaga ni kama it's a bad thing for us men kujua. But mi ningependa kusemaje wa feel free, because actually si kila mtu anajudge the same thing the same way. We judge things differently. Because kama mimi nilikuwa nasikia wengine wakisema haezi taka sijui boy aone aki menstruate. Lakini saa mi juu nilishaona it's something normal, it's something na ni nature. So ni kitu tu ya kawaida, and men wanafaa pia kuwa wanakuwa part of it in supporting the girl child. Pale
Majei najua kuna mademu wengi sana pale.
Mademu wako
and sometimes inakuanga so hard au kupata hizo pads. Kuna initiative fulani na wasaidiaga ama au managerje?
Kuna initiative fulani huwaga inawasaidia. Kuna sijui kama umekama across hii jina Dreams Girls, sijui something to do. I think ni ka NGO tu. Anaitwaga Dreams. Inadiligi na vitu kama hizo za kumenta wadem ikifika in such circumstances. Pia wanawapatia hizo mapads na stuff. Wanawaorganize ya trips. Kuna organization ina deal na such stuff. Pia mi coming last year around September, November nilikuwa nimejoin ka group fulani. They were offering themselves, walikuwa na give out the sanitary towels.
So at least kuna support huko, mademo huko wa struggle sana though. Bado they are never enough. Unapata wadem ni wengi zinakam, wengine ndio watapata but kuna wengine wanakosa. So siwezi sema wanapata support vile inafaa. Exactly. Nice manze. Shukran sana manze kwa kuja kwenye show.
Anytime.
Sindio?
Anytime.
God akubless sana yani, sindio?
Amen.
Sahi unataka kutu perform ya ngoma gani?
Sahi ngoma na perform next inaitwa Balance.
Kwa nini? Balance ni nini? Balance ya food ama balance kwa life?
Yani balance. Akanika love song fulani, yani design. Yani si ukubali tu mambo yangu nisikie tu niko poa. Yani ni balance tu.
Ubalance tu.
Ni balance tu. Aki ni balance.
Buda unanibamba sana yani, si ndio? Wacha tucheze alafu tutakuwa tunarudi tuchapiane, si ndio? Shukrani yani.
Asante.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Albany singing Balance.
Kupa mapenzi ya kweli ya kitaalamu, nibaki sina usemi, malafu wanipa kichomi, niruhusu nipe asali, urembo wako umeniweza, wanipa joto mate kumeza, kiuno chako navyolegeza, kwa pale mama umependeza, utamu mutamu wakashata, wanipa hamu pakunisha data la kutabasamu limenikamata. Utamu wakashata, wanipa hamu pakunisha data la kutabasamu limenikamata. Basi baby balance me heart, I say balance. 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 Baby balance me heart. Sweetie boy, enda pole mimi basi sina ndai, wasije wenye pesa wakakula ngai, nitakupa mapenzi utoki nai. Na sisi wangu siniache upweke, usiruhusu miwazi yateseke, kwenye wivu tuwapige mateke, kwenye moto watepete. Utamu wakashata, wanipa hamu pakunisha data la kutabasamu limenikamata. Utamu wakashata, wanipa hamu pakunisha data la kutabasamu limenikamata. Basi baby balance me heart, I say balance. Baby balance me heart, I say balance. Baby balance me heart. Basi baby balance me heart, I say balance. Baby balance me heart, I say balance. Baby balance me heart. Baby balance me heart, I say balance. Baby balance me heart, I say balance. Baby balance me heart. Baby balance me heart, I say balance. Baby balance me heart, I say balance. Baby balance me heart.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Baby balance me heart, balance me heart, balance me heart.
ndio nilikonga dancer hapa. Umesema balance ni huo mdendo ulikuwa unataka kupende.
Basi baby balance me heart, I say balance. Baby balance me heart, I say balance. Baby balance me heart.
Bana. Amwezi sikia hata sauti ya mtu dakika moja. Bani manzi, thank you so much yani. Anytime bro. Tunaomba manzi God akusaidie na uendelee kusukuma vitu hapo, si ndio? Na sisi kama E-Squared tutakuja pale mtaani. Tutaanza, ulisema hiyo dance crew inaitwaje? CYA.
Yeah.
Hype Man Pinches manze, tunaenda huko mtaani. CYA tufanye basamu, si ndio?
Yeah.
Lazima tuanze na watu wetu, si ndio?
Kweli.
Si utakuwa unarudi manze ukitufanyia performance nyingine ya mwisho.
Haina noma.
Wazi. Hiyo humbleness yani iendelee hadi milele, si ndio? That's how we do. Can we balance again? Can we balance? Let us not balance. Ladies and gentlemen, right about now, let me invite this beautiful lady, my co-host from Westlands. Josie.
Lakini umeinsistio from Westlands.
From West. We are from East by the way. Unajua watu wa East vichwa ni mbaya, wasijui hawakukula. Eastlands maisha ni ngumu.
Maisha ni ngumu, lakini bana artist venye ni humble, yani
I love very humble.
I love his humility and his innocence. I just hope yani he maintains it even as he gets into this rough industry.
Who maintain ndio nguvu. I'm telling you, nashikaga pesa unaongelesha nani wewe?
Haikubadilika. He has a very lovable spirit.
Amazing,
and we just hope that tutamwona huko doing big things.
Do you have anything?
Naona my fans wame join. Guys, keep joining, keep joining us. Ian ameka stars moto. Asante Ian.
Ya ALBANY.
Felix anasema great show. Thank you so much. Thank you so much Felix. Caroline anadab tu.
Anadab na ngoma ya R&B.
Ian Josh anasema msanii ako sawa. Ako sawa. I think all he needs is just a lot of some more confidence on stage. Na unajua lakini Ajaga Boy anatuletea
Ajaga Boy
he's doing well. You're doing a good job, Ajaga Boy.
Foundation.
We are watching you. You're super producer coming
Amazing.
through. You're doing a very good job with the artists that you work with.
But ametutambua sana. Tangu atoke hapa Ajaga Boy akisimunite tena. No, just wait.
Ajaga Boy, kuja utuambie kama uko na new hits. So we are totally loving you guys. Your comments, keep them coming. Keep your feedback coming. Let us know how we are doing. Kama a wiki day anakaa poa, big up. Tunataka kujua.
Shida yenu ni wingu. Sema tu. Just wait. Watu tu waongee.
Watu wafungue roho.
Fungua roho.
Fungueni roho. So guys, we are moving on to another exciting segment that we call Isquared Mtaani. Isquared Mtaani is the segment that we actually go out to the mtaa itself. That's why Isquared Mtaani. Tunaenda kwa mtaa. We get your views, what you guys think about a certain topic that we are talking about. Like this, we are talking about menstrual health. Sasa hiyo ndio topic tuna discuss leo. Na tuko Huruma. Tulienda Huruma this week. And we had an amazing conversation with some ladies and gentlemen over there. And very interesting conversations. So let's check out what they had to say. Alafu tutarudi tusikie maoni yenu pia.
Yes.
Jua inakatizia mtu starehe. Mimi ni boy child, maybe mtu wangu tunataka ku have sex, tunataka ku make love, tunataka menstruation kidogo.
Tunataka kuongelelea the economic impact ya menstruation both kwa madem na both kwa guys. Juma guys pia wako part of our lives. So tutaanza na wewe Sharon. Utatuambia your first experience about menstruation.
Ilikuwa shule, high school. Yangu ilikuwa kind of weird. Nilianza tu ilikuja one day na ikaenda kabisa. Mimi naweza sema inakuja differently kwa watu. Yani venye inakuja kwa dem 1 ni different na venye inakuja kwa dem 2. Alafu economically kama shule tulikuanga tunaletwa, kuna zingine sasa si hizi za zenye ziko kwa duka, zimetengenezwa na material. Hiyo unaweza tumia, una clean, unanika, unatumia tena.
Kuna hii situation imekuwa imekuwa ikihappen kwa society. Unapata kuna mdem haizi afford your pad, so ana sort kuendea mse kama sewa ndudhi ama magai tu. Mgai atachukua advantage for that case. Mgai ana trade that pad for sex. What is your thought on that?
Unaweza pata isagal ana mama akona babake, anashindwa vile approach babake. Sasa inabidi wengine wanaenda wanafanya hivyo. Mimi naonanga is bad. Mbona wanaweza penda hata wasaidike juu ana feeling ataambiaje babake ajui hizi vitu mamake yako. Mbona alafu unajua wa siku hizi kuna ule mwenye akiogopa atabidi atumie vitambaa, na is like inaka na sahi hata hakuna hizi za kuosha, hizi za kufua watu wapewi. Sasa ndio inabidi anaenda anaomba mahali, na by the time upate mwenye anaweza kusaidia hii sadi juu unaogopa, una feel ndaenda kuomba nani anisaidie, unaona.
Because pia kuna mademo za ball. Nimecoach team ya madem Sunflower. They used to kuwa na hizo mashida, like hata kwa uncomfortable haezi change mbele ya wengine nini stuff kama hizo. Maybe unapata form 1 bado ni shy ile sana, so pia mimi hizi approach maybe mwalimu, so unapata like hey, mbona for example Cynthia yuko zoezi leo coach sijui nini unaona, so unapata ni kind of hectic, but tuna pray na tuna hope that watu wengine watakuwa na roka yetu, wanaweza tufanda ama wanaweza bring in more sanitary towels zisaidie especially community yetu.
So kwa madem msihofie kwenda kwa mzae wako ama ya mama ama ya bro, and then mubonge nao, because hiyo ndio ni first thing yenye mnafaa kutake before mtoke nje mwende kwa sewa ndudhi, because our red shy something in return, but your family watakuwa na kumind, naona jisi kila msee utampata ni mfiti.
I'm thinking watu wenye wako shule hata Raymond, mimi nilikuwa nafikiria wanafaa waongeleshwe from an early age. Tusai kitu ina happen, unaweza pata hata mtu wa class 3 hii si ile time unaweza sema hii kitu ina happen ili kuanzia class 6 hapo ndio wanaongeleshwa. So mimi nilikuwa naona mademo wanafaa tu waongeleshwe from an early age, au wadogo wanakuwa tu pamoja hata kama ni kwa shule, at least anakuwa aware of this thing. Hata ikikuja mwenye atacheka acheke, hii ni kitu ni normal, but kama hujafundishwa atakuwa anasema hey, mimi nimeanza niko class 3 na nasikia watu wanaanza kama kwa class 6 class 8, so anakuwa na ile hiyo esteem yake sasa inakuwa tu chini, hata anajishuka, anaona like something is wrong with her.
Nilianza nikisema ma football coach, so what kuna at times nilikuwa na encourage wachezaji wangu tukikam game at least wanakuja na hiyo pack moja ya sanitary pads, then say niko na wachezaji 30 wakikam na moja each, hiyo ni hizo zitakuwa 30, zitasaidia at least ladies imta ya urush, unaona. So at least once in a month wanafanyaga hiyo, so necessarily it's not about attack wa mdemo wangu venye my brother amesema, it's about ile hati ya to give because ako in need, na ni ile tu they don't come up waongee, but kuna wale tunakoga tume-identify, and ingekuwa as in much better hizi vitu hata zingekuwa zinauzwa sanitary towels, ilikuwa at least donation inakuwa free, there's somewhere tu wanafaa wanaenda wanapick, unaona. Yeah,
I think to anyone watching out there, if you're a lady, don't keep it to yourself. As Basketmouth has stated, keeping it to yourself does not solve any matter. It does not make it easier for you. It only makes it hard for you. Speak out. Approach your parents. You don't even, if your parents are that rigid, talk to someone else. You'll always find help, but don't keep to yourself. And most of all, usiende mtu wa boda kupatie 50 bob for pads. Do not trade pads for sex. This has been E Squared Mtaani. My name is Carolina Cheno. Until next time, it's a goodbye.
Right. What do you think of that conversation that we've just watched?
Your conversation ni wide sana. It's very big, and the amazing part, kwanza big up wasewa huruma, yani kutokea bonga madem na machali.
Exactly, and big up to that coach. Amesema kitu poa sana. Alikuwa anaambia his students au wenye alikuwa na coach, hata si students au trainees alikuwa na train, wanakuja, kila mtu anakuja na packet moja ya sanitary packets, alafu anawa distribute to the girls in Huruma. He had like 30 trainees, and each one of them akileta, unaona amesaidia wasichana kadhaa hapo. Yani big up to you coach, you're doing a wonderful job.
The most saddest part about it ni amadem, yani hawezi bonga na wazazi wao. Mostly unapata they are living with their fathers.
Yeah.
And then anaogopa ku approach babake. Like, I'm going through this thing.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden ndio anasikia aibu, anaenda ku nini na mtu wa ndudhi.
And it's so sad.
Ama chali tu fulani huko.
Yeah.
It's very painful. Dem kama huyo mdogo mrembo anajiachilia hivyo.
Na most of them wanakuanga primary school at that age wakianza
primary school na mtu wa ndudhi.
Imagine. So yeah, let's normalize having these conversations with our dads, with our uncles, our brothers. I mean, kabla umetoka kwa hii familia, like the people who are around you, yeah, make sure at least ulijaribu hapa kwanza before you even go to. And you do not have to exchange sex to get pads. There are organizations out there. You reach out. Go to talk to your teachers in school. Go to your church. There are organizations even who work with churches. I mean, anywhere you can just that has an organization that runs such a program, be open. Talk to them. Don't your hi-fi kuwa the first option.
But the good thing about it is, parents wa sahi, they kinda understand what it is, ndio. Unapata kuna buda fulani anapenda mtoto wake sana, like hadi anaendanga na mconfirm, anajuanga hizi vitu, ashaanza kubai. But unaona kama wale wa kitambo bado wako na ile mentality ya hii si kitu yetu, it's meant for women, na wacha ibaki hivyo.
True.
Inatuumiza sana.
Yeah, inatuumiza. But big up to all guys, all the men who are supporting their girls, their daughters, you know. Unaenda shopping, unapata buda anatembea na trolley imejaa sanitary products, na wakona, you know, they're doing shopping for his daughter. And those are some of the things that we need to try and normalize. It's normal. Menstruation is normal, and it happens every month. Yeah, so the sooner we normalize this, the better.
Kuna ile nimeona mtu anapatiwa, then unaweza reuse. Unaosha. Mdem fulani alikuwa anasema hapo.
That's what she was saying also. There are reusable pads. And there's an amazing lady who we have in studio today.
Yes.
Who is actually running an organization called Days for Girls.
Days for Girls.
Days for Girls.
Ah, nice,
and
nice.
That is what they are actually doing. They distribute reusable towels to girls.
Wow,
and she has been doing this for such a long time, for almost 7 years, I think.
7 years?
Yeah, for almost 7 years. So guys, stay tuned for this conversation because she's coming in after. But before then, we want to see what she has been up to. We captured her also in her element, pale mtaani. So watch what she has been up to, and then we'll come back with her to have this conversation.
Yeah.
My passion as a girl was to become a doctor. But since my periods were getting in my way, spending my days because I was menstruating was really a lonely journey. My mama left me when I was very young, so when I started my menstruation, she was not there like to tell me or to guide me on what to do.
Some girls, they don't attend school because of the periods.
That means that you're going to miss school like 5 days every month. Every time your menstruation comes, you are going to be just inside the house like you are sick because you can't go outside.
In Kenya, it is very normal. You're told to have boyfriend and then he can give you money to buy the pads. So you'll just have to maybe sleep with the boy and then he will give you money to buy the pads. And that is very risky for a girl because if you get pregnant, there is no going on in school.
Wait!
My dream, my passion is to become
They make you feel good. They use the flannel material, and the flannel material, it is very soft, it is very friendly, it is easy to wash, and it lasts 3 to 4 years. It makes you feel like a very beautiful person.
I'm free, I'm comfortable. I can just jump the way I want. I can play sports, I can play basketball, I can play football, anything that I want to do.
I am just confident about myself while in that Days for Girls kit.
I want girls to stay in school.
Maybe they will be the doctors of tomorrow, the president of tomorrow. You can't know now.
So my passion is just to keep the girls in school and reach every girl outside there so that they can stay in school.
Right. And I'm joined by Christine Kamasi, who runs Days for Girls. And karibu sana, Christine, to E Squared. And thank you for honoring our invite. So welcome, welcome. All right. As we start, and please hold your mic up close so that we can hear you. Before we even get to this conversation, maybe you can start by giving us a proper introduction of who you are and what Days for Girls is.
My name is Christine Hamasi. Days for Girls is an organization that make washable pads. So when we say Days for Girls, it means more days for girls to have more days of dignity, more days of confidence in school, and more days of enjoying the journey of menstruation.
I love that. I love that. Days for girls. So more days for making sure that you have a wholesome girl during the days that they are experiencing menstruation. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been running Days for Girls?
This is my 7th year since I started. So this is my 7th year.
7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
And what prompted you to start this organization?
What prompted me to start this organization in Nairobi, it is because of the menstrual shame I faced when I was growing up. I faced a lot of shame. I faced a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
And when I got an opportunity to go to Days for Girls University, I was like, this is what I want. I don't want any other girl to go through what I went.
Yeah.
Because overcoming the shame of menstruation was really, really bad.
Yeah,
that is what made me do.
Do you mind sharing, taking us back to those days, as in that shame, or what experience, what happened to you, so that we can also, educate these girls. They hear, yes, there's so much shame, there are so many challenges, but the more we talk about this, our personal experiences, the more someone who is at home is watching and they're like, wow, so this also happened to other people. So I don't know if you're willing to explain, to share with us that story, your experience.
Sure. Growing up, my mother left me when I was only 5 years, so I had to grow up with my father. And at some point, my father got married, and I started living with my grandmother. So at some point, I had to go back to stay with my mother, my stepmother, and my father. And for me, menstruation started when I was only 9 years. 9 years, I was too young.
That's
at school, we
yeah.
had not been educated about it.
Yeah.
And at home, the taboos, the cultures, you don't talk about menstruation in public. So it was a great challenge because when it started, I was in school and I was just asked to go home and prepare myself. But nobody took me through the journey like, this is what is happening to your body, this is what you are supposed to go. I was just told to go home and prepare. So when I went home and my mother looked at me and I was messy, my cloth was messed with blood, and she just looked at me and said, why are you home? And I said, the teacher said I come and prepare myself. And she just looked at me and she laughed. And she was like, so you have started playing with boys. So for her, it meant that I was raped. And to me, I didn't know what was happening, and I was scared. Because growing up and being abandoned by my parents, I didn't even own a panty as a girl. I didn't have that luxury. So I thought maybe I was going around the bush to help myself, and maybe I was bitten by a snake or something had happened to me, so it was really bad. So the first 3 days of menstruation was a big challenge. I was in fear. I was in worried. I didn't know if I was sick or snake had bitten me, and it was really hard to express because nobody was saying anything about it.
Yeah.
So I didn't have anything to manage my period. I didn't even own a panty, leave alone having the pad. Because even if I had the pad, how would I
Where would
use
it
it
have
if I
gone?
don't have a panty?
Yeah.
So after some time, I had to steal my father's innerwear so that I would use it, and it was wash and wear, so that at least I would have something. I used leaves, they were not helping. I used cow dung, it was not helping. I got a lot of infection from these. And remember, I was only 9 years old. So after 3 months, I went and visited my grandmother and told her what was happening to me. And she was like, now that you are seeing blood coming, you should not play with the snakes. And I was like, now how do I play with the snakes? Did I play with, did I got bitten by snakes? That's why I'm having blood. So later on, I realized that she was meaning, now you are a grown-up girl. If you play with boys, they are going to impregnate you. But it just came later on when I was realizing this.
Yeah.
So not having something to manage my period was a big shame for me. I couldn't play with other girls.
Yeah.
I faced a lot of challenges. I was that one girl who is always messy. Like I would smell so bad. It is something I wouldn't want any other girl to go through.
Oh God, and I don't think you will even wish it on your enemy. That is such a traumatizing experience that you had to go through. Pole about that. How was, this is crazy, how was cow dung supposed to help? Like, how do you even go about this cow dung? You've mentioned cow dung.
Yes.
You tried cow dung. How did?
Just the desperation. Because growing up, I was an abandoned child.
So you were just trying
something that I can just put there so that it can just observe the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is such a traumatizing experience. Sorry for that. And wow, definitely I am lost for words because we talk about people going through experiences and, you know, you hear, I had to do ABC, I had to do this, but wow, going through that at 9 years old, that is harrowing. And I'm so glad that you have used that pain to help other girls not go through such an experience. Take us through, like, the first time you decided, no, this is what I'm going to do for these girls. How did you even begin this organization? From scratch, or did you have help from donors, or how did you come about the Days for Girls?
So I faced these challenges until when I reached around 13 to 14 years, I came to Nairobi. I started living in the street family of Madare. From there, I got somebody who sympathized with my situation, and they took me in, and they gave me a home. And still I faced this shame because as a woman, I could not go out there and work when I have my period. It was a blockage.
You didn't stay home.
Yeah, I would stay home because I used to work like going to people's house, washing their clothes in exchange of money.
Yeah.
But when I have my period, I don't have the freedom to do that. So it was still a challenge.
Yeah.
I got married. My husband never bought me pads. It was still a challenge. So one day I was in church and the pastor told me, like, Christine, we have guests who are coming and I would like you to be part of it because now I was learning how to do the sewing.
Yeah.
So I went and I met this woman and she was like, I'm here to train you how to sew. And she didn't know anything about sewing. They're so used to their kind of machine and we are used to our pedaling machine.
Yeah.
I was like, you are not understanding anything.
Yeah.
So from there, because now the sewing part was not working, she doesn't know anything. So she started like, Christine, can you tell me growing up, like what was it like with your menstruation?
Yeah.
Can you tell me something about that? And I started talking to her about it. So I didn't know that back in the US, she was doing Days for Girls. She was working with Days for Girls chapter.
Okay.
So when she went back, she went and organized and they fundraised money. And that is when she said, like, I'm sending you to Days for Girls University in Uganda. And I was like, please don't say Days for Girls University because I don't have any qualification to join the university. Yeah. And she was like, so what do? I said, I don't know, but anytime you mention the word university, it scares me. I don't want to go to Uganda to embarrass myself.
Yeah.
So she said, okay, I'm going to think about it. So they talked, and then she was like, now the university has accepted you without any certificates. And I agreed to go. And I said, please, if you're sending me to Uganda, don't allow them to give me any work concerning writing and reading because I'm not good in that.
Yeah.
If they are going to give me a pair of scissors, a fabric, and a sewing machine, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But no books. And she said, okay. I went to Uganda, and in the morning, Dorcas comes and say, your session is ready. You are supposed to be in class. And I said, in class?
In class.
Please, no. Not now.
Yeah.
And she was like, that is the requirement. So that is when I went to Uganda. I stayed there for 2 weeks. And when I came back, I was so passionate about it. So I started an enterprise in Butere.
Yeah.
I started an enterprise in Masai Mara. And then I came and started my enterprise now in Nairobi. I didn't have money, but I had the few kits that I was given for the 3 enterprises.
Yeah.
But now when I came to Nairobi, it was a big challenge because now I had to fund it. And people were not embracing the washable pad.
Yeah.
Like you talk about somebody to people about your ideas, and they will go like, no, washable, no.
Yeah.
How is it even going to work?
Mhm.
And I was so passionate because I had known that this is the solution to our girls.
Exactly.
This is what is going to make the change. But nobody was ready to embrace it and support me through it.
Yeah.
So I had to ask 5 of my girls if each of them could give me 20,000. And they were able to do that, and that is how I started my business. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Hey, congratulations. I mean, you have walked an interesting journey. The campus that you've mentioned, it's in Uganda. They only take you for technical skills, or it's a full-fledged university where people study full-time as well?
No, it is just for washable pad. They just, it's just called Days for Girls University.
Yeah.
So for me, that is what I thought. But when I went there, I learned that they just teach you about menstrual hygiene and everything and training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so they give you the technical skills on how to make reusable towels, and that's it.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Na unamaliza.
Mm.
Oh, nice, amazing. You have mentioned you have 3 enterprises: the Butere, and then Nairobi and
Masai Mara.
Masai Mara. How have those done so far? And especially the Masai Mara one, I will want to know, because the Masai culture also affects a lot of their beliefs when it comes to menstruation. So how has that been taken in, accepted by that region especially?
So what actually happened in I'll start with Butere in Western Kenya. The community took it up, so they are doing it. I think it is doing well because I couldn't be able to manage the 3, so I let them to focus on that. It's doing well. I usually visit them. The Masai Mara community, it was good, though it was in a school, and being from a different culture, they couldn't allow me to do there, but now I release it to the community and they are working on it. And it's doing great. I usually visit it once in a while when I go there, but I've let them do it according to their cultures and everything.
Okay.
But now my focus is on my enterprise in Nairobi.
In Nairobi.
Mhm.
Tell us about the impact that you have noticed from the girls that you have helped with these skills, and also by donating these washable pads to them.
The impact is great, and it is big, and it is amazing. Because for the girls who are in school, they have regained their dignity back. They have confidence. Their grades have shifted because now they don't feel the shame. They don't feel like, oh, those kind of things. Like now when they walk with their shoulders high because they don't have to think about that picky guy who gave her 200 shillings to buy the pads. Now they walk with dignity. They feel so good. They have more days in school. And for sure, those who are using our pads have really changed their everything about their lives.
Yeah.
And it has also changed for the girls who never got an opportunity to stay in school. Now they have a place where they work and earn their own money.
Okay, within the organization.
Yes.
Oh, nice. I saw in the clip that we played before that you normally hand out kits, the Days for Girls kits. What is usually in that kit?
What is usually in the kit, we have 2 panties, because for me, I never had panties.
Yeah.
So if I think about the girl who went through what I went through, I think of having at least 2 panties.
Yeah.
We put in a soap so that you can have something to wash it.
Yeah.
It's not that it is going to last 3 years, but at least something to start up with. And then it have 8 liners. and it have 2 shield. It have a transport bag, what she will use for carrying whatever she has used. And then it has a bag with a Days for Girls sticker on it. So every time she has a period, she remembers, oh, it is that day when I have to have more days in school. It's that day when I have to walk with confidence. So it makes the girl feel so proud of herself.
Very, very proud. An amazing job that you are doing. I have a question. Do you also train them on how to use the pads and about their hygiene as you're doing the distribution to the girls? Do you train them on how to take care of themselves during their menstrual period? Do you, how to manage the pads themselves, washing? Do you hide them under the bed? Do you hang them outside? What do you do with them after you've you finished with them? Do you normally take them through those trainings?
In fact, if you're buying pads from me, I will not allow you to buy the pads if I'm not going to do the training, because that is what makes it even important. Because if you just take the pad to the girl and you are not going to tell them how to wash it, how to use it, and how to keep it safe, then you are not doing anything. So if you are buying the pads from me and you are not an ambassador from Days for Girls, or you don't know how it is working, I'm not going to sell it to you. I have to go and do the training, because I have to connect with these girls. I have to tell them how this pad is going to impact them. Because I'm not just going to tell them like I'm giving you this pad because you are poor or because you can't afford that. I have to tell them that this pad is going to give you 3 to 4 years of having dignity, freedom and everything. I'm giving you this pad because you are a smart girl and you have to make smart choices. I have to go and tell them like the reason why they need to use this pad. It's not like I just give you and say like, you go, I've already have the money. I have to take them through. And I also have to tell them about the journey of puberty, that your body is taking this course and it is beautiful. Menstruation is not dirty. It's only that you didn't have something nice to manage your period. So I have to do the training on how they are going to use it.
And using, sorry for cutting you, and even using the language that they need to understand, not the way you were told that it's snakes. So you're wondering, what are snakes? You didn't know what your grandmother was talking about. You didn't know what the community was talking about. So using even the language that they understand, like if this is what is happening to you, it's not a snake. And when you start menstruating, you know, you need to take care of yourself, because also you can fall pregnant at any time, you see. I mean, having these conversations, I'm sure they are really impacting the girls. I mean, you've talked about that impact, and we love to see what you have done. I wish you carried one of the reusable towels. Do you have them?
Yes, I have.
I would love to see how they are used, like the sheets, and you've talked about the liners. Maybe you can do a small demonstration for probably someone who has never seen a reusable pad. I can hold this for you.
This is a pod. This is not a full kit. This is what we call a pod. So this is the shield. This is the pocket. So this reminds you that it is not going to fall. And then these are the snaps. Like when you put on your pad, you are sure it is not going to fall. So this is our liner. This is how it looks like. It's beautiful. It has Days for Girls. So every time you see it, it reminds you, oh, it's that beautiful day when I'm a healthy woman. And then, as you can see, this plain, and then we have these hot spots. So when you fold it like this, you have 6 layers. And the material is made out of pure cotton flannel. And it is very soft and very friendly to the body. Yeah. So it looks like a handkerchief. Like even if a boy visited at my home and find it, they'll think, oh, that is a handkerchief. So we are trying to shatter the stigma around the pads. So even if it is washable, it looks really beautiful. And then when you fold it like that, you just put it like that in the pocket. So when you put it in the pocket, you put it now on your panty like that. So when they hear that, they are very confident because they know the pocket will hold it,
and
the snaps will hold it,
yeah,
and it is really beautiful.
It's always going to be in place.
Yes.
Okay.
And fold it like that. You'll just fold this because this is a pod. So when you fold it like that, it stays in your purse. So even if you come into my bucket, you'll never know what this is. But I know it is my pad.
Nice. Amazing. Okay. I actually love the design of it, and the colors that you have used. They are so, they are appealing. They are beautiful. They are not something that you'll want to hide under the bed or, yeah, look at that. Very beautiful. What is inside this? You've said that it has fabric, it has layers inside, yeah? What is inside this fabric to make sure that it doesn't leak?
So for this, it is just the flannel, pure flannel, and it is made like this so that even if you hang it on the sun, it is going to dry very fast.
Yeah.
And for this, it has this. This is the UPUL. This one is the one that protects it from leaking to your dress.
Okay.
So this one.
All
The
right.
shield, yes.
Okay, so I don't know whether my cameraman can catch this. I think they can. So this is you've called it what, the fabric?
Shield.
The shield. This is the shield that is stops the leakage. And yeah, I am totally loving. So you fold it in 3 and put it inside the pouch and you are good to go. And you have your reusable towel. So when we talk about washing, how do we go about cleaning them? Do you clean with hot water, cold water, warm water?
You just clean it with cold water because if you clean it with hot water and it is blood, it is going to clot and it's not going to come out well. You just clean it with any soap.
Yeah.
Any soap. What we would not recommend is the jig and those kind of things because it is going to make it fade.
Yeah.
But you don't clean it with hot water, just normal water and with any type of soap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What of when they are, after they have used this? You've said that they can lock it the way it folds into a pouch, yeah? I'm worried about, what if I'm those people who are worried about, okay, I've already used it. How do I put it in my bag? Is it going to smell the whole day when I'm in school before I get home? Yeah, so, I mean, that's a concern that I would have if probably I'm in school. I'm thinking, okay, I've changed this at lunchtime. Do I put it in my bag? Is it going to smell?
So that should not worry you because we always have a transport bag. Okay. I didn't bring it here, but we have a transport bag. It is made out of raincoat material. So whatever you have used, you'll just put it inside here. It is a small pouch like that. So you'll just put whatever you have used, you'll just put it inside here. So in the bag, because we have a bigger bag, which has, it is big enough to hold 8 liners, shield, a towel, and everything. So whatever you have used when you are in school, you are able to put it in your transport bag. So inside the bag, you are the only one who knows that whatever is in the transport, I've already used. Whatever in this bag, I've not used it. And the bag is inside your school bag. And also, we also have a towel in the bag. So the towel, you'll just use it in case my period starts now. I'll just take a soap and wash my towel clean, and then I'll wipe myself. And then I'll take one of the panties and I'll just put it on, and I'm ready to have more days in school.
In school.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies, we are only changing. This is the only thing that you remove. Put it inside here, and you put another reusable towel inside here and snap it back, and you are good to go. Wow. I love this. I love the fabric. I love the colors. They are so, friendly to... We love color, so that's definitely, it's a hit. It's a hit with me. I love them.
Girls are beautiful, and they want beautiful things.
Yeah, we love beautiful things. We want to feel like princesses. I mean, we all want those fairy tale stories, but I totally love what you're doing. So if I were to buy this, how much is it?
If you are to buy that, it will cost you 1,000 shillings.
Okay.
Yeah, because it comes with 8 liners, 2 shield, a piece of soap, a towel, instruction, and a bag.
8 of these.
8 of these. 8 of these and 2 of these.
2 of these.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that should last someone for
3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years. 1,000 bob is a good deal. A very, very good deal, because this is something that's reusable, ladies. You don't have to keep buying the disposable pads for, I think it's 80 bob now for a packet. Yeah, this will help. This is actually a very good deal. 1,000 bob for this will keep so many girls in school. So if you're watching as well and you would also like to donate to a worthy cause, here you go. There are people who are doing amazing job sending girls to school and keeping them there for days. So let me get back to your questions. Let me see whether you have any questions on YouTube. But what do you think about, as I keep looking for the comments, what do you think about the way we have made menstrual health, menstrual hygiene a girl's issue? Is it something that we should keep it as within us women, or should men also chime into this conversation?
I think it is a high time that men should get into it, and they should be part of it, because most of them, they are ignorant about it, and they also want to support the girls, but they don't know how. So once we break the silence around taboos that men should not know about this, the more we are making them ignorant. But we should incorporate men into this.
Yeah. And do you go to primary schools, high schools to have talks with girls about this?
I go to both primary school, high school, even colleges, even churches, because I have to create an awareness about this.
Okay. And when you're having these talks, do you also incorporate the boys in these conversations? Or it's that time when, I remember when I was in primary school, we used to be told, girls, kujeni, tuna meet dining hall, and then the boys wanabaki, okay, kwani nini naendelea? So are you also bringing in the boys and the gentlemen into these conversations when you're talking to the girls?
My favorite part is talking to the boys. When I go to school, I would like to have like 20 minutes just to talk with the boys about this.
Yeah.
So that when I'm talking now to the girls, they already know what I'm going to talk about. And I've got a lot of support from boys, more than I get from girls. Because they are like, what?
This is what happens.
That is what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was growing up, when I was a boy, I used to laugh at girls. I would feel fun about them messing up their clothes. How can I make it right? Like, how can I make it not uncomfortable for them? So I would love talking to boys. And if the culture is not an issue, I would love for them to have a conversation with both girls and boys. Yeah. But if there is cultural issue, I'll talk to boys first, and then now I'll talk to girls.
To the girls,
yes,
separately. Yeah, that is something that I think we totally need as a society to overhaul this conversation. It's not a girls thing only. As we've been saying since we started this topic this whole month, menstruation is not a girl's issue. It is not just a girl's issue. It affects all pillars of the society. We have conversation. We have comments and feedback from a lot of our fans. I can see Clady 254, Sunny Albany. Thank you, Clady. Thank you so much. Beatrice is saying amazing conversation. Caroline is also saying great conversation. There's also a question. I think a comment. She's saying, Caroline is saying, we are living in a sad world where our ladies have problems talking to people close to them on issues about menstruation, the sad reality. When we tie this conversation to what Caroline is saying, you have seen girls transacting sex for, pads. What was your first thoughts about what is happening out there?
What is happening outside there, it is very sad. Like, our girls have to exchange their body with people even who are very ugly, very old, just to get that money so that they can buy pad.
Yeah.
I think it is a high time, like the government and everything, they should put pads, like even the disposable pads everywhere. Like, where I want to have sex, the condom is just there.
Yeah.
I've just started my menstruation. I wasn't expecting it. I have to go through the challenge.
Yeah.
So I think it is very sad. And we need to create awareness that menstruation is not shame. And we need to work this together so that we can see the change we want to see, the girls we want to see in school. It has to begin with us.
Do you think we have failed these girls as a society, as parents, as aunties, uncles, fathers? Do you think we have failed to play our role?
Yes,
Yeah.
we have failed in a big way.
Yeah.
I look back and think, like, when I was growing up and this was happening to me, didn't I have aunties? Did I have parents? And why did they even allow me to go through this? I started doing prostitution when I was only 13 years so that I could get a pad.
Get pads, yeah.
We have failed as parents. I know of one of the girls who got infected by HIV because a man was giving her money, knowing very well that he was HIV positive. And he was doing that. And in exchange, what did he want? So as parents, we need to stop thinking like talking about menstruation, it is a taboo.
Yeah.
It is a high time we need to put our children on the table and say menstruation is real. And if you start your menstruation, just come and say, Daddy, I need money, I need to buy something.
Yeah.
I need to buy a pad. Or even our parents, they need to give money and say like, I know you have your budget.
Yeah.
Take these 1,000 shilling, go and budget for whatever you need. We have failed.
We have failed.
Yes.
And I think this is something that we need to embrace. This we stop having that shaming because of menstruation. It's like that is long gone. That is something that is long gone. It's not in our generation. It's something that our generation should not still be having a conversation about. Going back to your comments, guys, thank you so much for everyone. Kuza Arts and Asama Show Equalite, thank you so much. Caroline is saying, great job, Christine, in keeping girls in school. Felix is saying, wow, very tragic story. I think he's talking about your story when we started the show, this conversation, I mean. Ian is saying, wow, what a story. Michael is also saying, what a story from what Christine went through, sad. What are some of the stories she's heard girls are going through today? Like, I think the same way you shared your story, what kind of stories have you heard from girls, the girls that you talk to, the girls that you're mentoring?
The stories are very sad. Like, you just hear what girls are going through when they don't have something to manage their period. It is very sad. Some of them, they'll tell you, like, a sugar daddy will come. They are very ugly, but they just have to take that money because this sugar daddy knows that this girl needs this money to buy the pads. And they just have to give in because they don't have any other thing. If you talk to the girls, they tell you the most thing that they worry about is that what is going to happen when I'm sitting down and I'm in the church and then I stand up and my cloth is messed? What is going to happen to me when I stand up, I'm in class and my cloth is soiled? That is what worries them. They don't even worry about their grades. But when they have something nice to manage their period, that is not their worry. Some of them, they tell you whatever they are going through just because of getting money to buy the pads. It is really bad. And the picky guys, they are not even ashamed. They are taking advantage of this because once the girl has reached the age of puberty, that is their area of, like, they know they'll get sex. So that is not good. The stories are just sad.
So sad. So sad that girls we're in 2021, guys. We shouldn't even be having this conversation. As in, it's such a sad story. Sad that these are things that are happening out there and we have, chosen to look at other things, politics and, and we are playing, I think, with so many girls' lives. Michael is saying many girls cannot afford the 90 shillings for the reusable pads. Don't you think that 1K is on the higher side? I think he's talking about the kits that you've talked about.
I know once they look at it in the first time, they'll think 1,000 is a lot. But do the maths, like 80 per month, and one kit is not enough. And this is 1,000, and it is for 3 to 4 years. And then mostly it's like, when I say that, it's like sometimes, like you can find a group of 20 men who are willing to support 20 girls. And they fundraise and they fundraise and they reach that amount. And they are like, once we give these 20 girls, we know that for 3 years, they are sorted. And then we are now fundraising for another. So it is an initiative that we as Kenyan, both men and boys, like we need to start clubs where can we fundraise 200. At the end of the month, we are going to empower, even if it is just one girl, you have made a change in her life. And we say it is every girl, everywhere, period. And every girl that you give, even if it is one, you have really get her out of the way. You are looking for another girl to empower.
And this is something that happens every month. So it's not going to waste anyway. Caroline is saying, what about the girls who are unable to afford the kit but will still love to be in school? What happens to them?
So sometimes I get sponsors. It's not that I'm asking the girls to buy. What I do is I'm asking you to donate to this girl. I've gone to this school, I've identified the needs, I've identified the girls who have the need, and I go look for somebody to buy a kit for this girl. So for mine, it will just to be to show up to the school and give this girl the kit. So it's not the girls mostly who are buying. But when we have like parents meeting, that is when I go to the school and I ask them to go and talk to the parents. Like if you're not buying your daughter the pad, do you know who is doing it? A boy somewhere is taking advantage of buying the pad for the girl. And you as a parent, what are you doing? So it is a high time we as parents realize that our girl has started menstruation and who is buying them the pad. So it's like the parents, they need to buy it for the kid. Because if you as a parent, you just take the kid to the girl and say like, from today, 3 years, don't ask me for the pad. But I have to go and tell her the reason why she needs this kit. So sometimes we get to talk to sponsors and then they raise money and then we buy and take it to the school for the girls.
Okay. Amazing things that you are doing, amazing stuff that you're doing with Days for Girls. And we hope that we can get as many sponsors coming in to help donate, because a lot of girls are in need and we need to stop this practice of transactional sex, because, I mean, those girls, they're too young to be exposed to STIs, to HIV, and missing school because they can't do ABC, or even carry out various activities because they are on their period. It's just unfair. And all the best. I think you have done an amazing job. You have used your pain to alleviate a lot of pain from so many other girls who probably would have landed in where you are, in the situation that you are, but you have chosen to empower them, to educate them, and we just continue praying that this is a conversation that continues to be had every day, to destigmatize that taboo disappears, because once it goes, I think these conversations will be things of the past, We have one last question before I let you go. Michael is asking, do you think the government is doing enough on this issue? On menstrual health, I think. Yeah.
I think the government is doing their part. I'm doing my part. Because before they reach that girl, maybe I've already reached her. Or before I reach her, the government has reached her. So we are just like partners. And I think they are doing their part, and I'm doing my part. It's only that they are doing disposable, I'm doing washable. So the challenges that I've found with the disposable, there is a place where the government takes it, and this girl cannot afford another pad. So they want to rewash the disposable one, and then they end up getting a lot of infections.
Yeah.
So the government is doing their part still,
Yeah. Okay, girls, you can't rewash the disposable ones. Those they'll get, you'll have 1,000,001 infections. So if you want to have something that you can always reuse, go the reusable way, because I mean, you've told us they have a span life of 3 to 4 years. Yeah. But thank you so much, Christine. Thank you for all that you're doing, and we thank you even for honoring our invite to come to E Squared. Your insights have just been invaluable to us, and we have learned a lot. We have really learned a lot. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
All right.
inviting me.
Okay. Maybe you can. Wow. That is all I can say. I mean, I was left speechless by Christine's story. We talk about people going through challenges, and having stories upon stories about their menstruation experience. But hey, I've not had anything close to what Christine has had to go through. And I'm praying that in this 2021, if you are watching this show, you're going to be changed. You're going to bring change to, even if it is one girl, you're going to bring some change to somebody's life in one way or another. Whether you're giving them disposable pads, whether you're getting them reusable pads, please, let's change this whole narrative about menstruation being a girl's thing. It's something that we need to take part in as a whole, as a community. It affects our education, it affects our economic outlook as a country. It just affects so many sectors of this of our society. We just have no idea. And I'm sure by the time this month of February is ending, you guys will have an idea of the many aspects that menstruation cuts across, and you will be helping talk to, mentor a girl, empower a girl in one way or another. And we had one more question, but I hope we are going to be able to answer this, Caroline, later. Just keep it here on our channel. Probably we'll have someone to answer your question right there on the chat. And we had a guest artist. Like, we are switching gears. I don't know whether he's ready. We were meant to have a Zoom conversation with Fred MUKWITA. Fred MUKWITA is a gospel artist from Zambia. But due to some technical issues, he's saying that it's raining heavily in Zambia, and we're not going to be able to have that conversation with him today, but we hope that in the next episode of E Squared, we are going to bring him in, and we're going to have a lovely conversation about his music as a gospel artist in Zambia and what he's doing on the other side of the world. But guys, keep it here. We are live on E_Squared on YouTube, and we are enjoying your feedback, your questions. Thank you for coming through. We are just amazed by everything that you guys, and the fact that you guys keep coming back on Saturday. Please bring your friends. Tell a friend. I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we are live. And without further ado, let's have a commercial break by watching. Please stand up wherever you are, because we are going to be having a dance lesson right now from the segment that we call Bassa Move. Bassa Move is done by our hype man, Hype Pinches. And this time round, he was in Dandora with an amazing dance crew. And he's going to be teaching us. They are going to be teaching us some dance moves. So come on, watch kwa nyumbani, just move your seat and create some space, and let's bust a move, literally.
Street tag, street tag, beat back, street tag.
Welcome back to Bassa Move. Na leo tuko ndani ya Dandora na tuna hang out na choreographer moja deadly.
Kwa majina ni Skankaz Kenya. I'm a dance choreographer. I usually hold my classes here in Dandora, that's Nairobi. So move yenye tunaenda kujifunza leo, it's all about moving your body. So I hope you will get the moves. Na tukishaifanya we try to do it. So step ya kwanza, tutamove your right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's do 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then next is 1. So 1 and 2. 1. So tuanze mwanzo. 5, 6, 7 and go. 1, 2, and 1 and 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, go. Go. Then 5, 4, and 5, 6, 7, go. Step, tap, 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 tap.
wherever you are umejaribu kufanya hizo moves zilikuwa hapo. That was a hype man, hype pinches. Thank you so much. Walikuwa Dandora. Mnaitanga? D. Sawa. Inaitwa D.
Hip hop city.
All right, okay.
Na bado ni dance city. Walijaribu kukatika hapo.
Hype man ameanza kutufunza hizo moves.
At least ana mguza left.
So the next time I think we should bring him here atufunze hizo dance moves, yeah?
And by the way, tunafaa kwenda mimi na wewe tuone venye au fanya hizo vitu.
Yeah, we need to learn. I need to learn how to dance. Actually, that was one of my resolutions.
In fact, you need to. Sorry to say that. Sorry.
Anasema nataka do. But guys, this is where we come to the end of today's show. Thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you for your company. We totally enjoyed having to chat with you guys as well as keep us company here with our guests, artists. We had Christine, who also shared with us what she's doing. An amazing job with the girls, Pale Mtaani. And yeah, getting to know her, getting to her story, getting to know Albany, nimependa. Hey, this guy
very humble.
He's so humble. And na kona ile innocence, you know. But we hope I maintain your innocence in the music industry.
I love the way anapigia story pole pole.
Unamuuliza
mdogo. Napenda watu kama hao. Kuna watu wengine lakini bado tunawapenda, wote tunawapenda. So it has been amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, man, not forgetting watu wenye wamepiga luku. Nasemaga msiogope look, umepiga luku.
Drip. Inaitwa drip.
Amejikunja na hiyo belt. Nakaa fiti sana. Anyway, our resident band.
Always doing an amazing job, these guys. Yeah. And we have totally enjoyed ourselves here on set today.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. And until next Saturday, adios. But before we tune out, Albany, please.
Albany's, man.
Kuja umalize show. Tumalize show na wewe tafadhali.
Tukimalasia.
But it's been real, guys. See you next Saturday, 2 p.m. right here on E_squared TV.
Yeah.
And yeah, continue following us. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Keep the conversation coming. We are always active on all those platforms. So if you have a question to ask, if you want to donate to a worthy cause, hit us up. Hit our DM. Yeah.
Albany, kabla tumalize kwa mtandao manze unapatikana wapi?
Unaweza nipata IG at Albany247. YouTube unaweza nipata at Albany Vivo. Unaweza nipata FB at Albany. Twitter bado.
Si ndio?
Yeah.
Not forgetting manze, next week tuko na show ingine ya nguvu sana. We are going to bring it back like it has never. Unajua nilikuwa nataka kusema kitu nikapotea. Like it has never happened before. We are bringing the mic check digital edition. That is the rap battle. So manze, tusha invite watu manze next week on Wednesday. Itakuwa noma sana. Tutakuwa tunaianzisha asubuhi.
Yeah.
Tutakuwa tunakupatia more details. Posta ina comes, ndio?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Hey Buddha, stay
tuned.
Next tuna host na wewe.
Yeah.
Tuned.
Okay, my band, nipe kitu basi.
Sexy, pretty, curvy flesh. Utaka chotaka, baby, love you.